If you enjoy watching Whispers of the Spectre, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Our dream is to reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for sticking with us for more spine-chilling stories. In the stillness of the night, amidst the rolling mists and shadowed streets of Edo-era Japan, a tale of betrayal, vengeance, and the supernatural took shape. It is a story whispered from one generation to the next, haunting those brave enough to hear it. The legend of Oiwa has endured through centuries, and her rage-filled spirit continues to strike fear into the hearts of those who learn her story. Tonight, we delve deep into the chilling folktale of Oiwa, a tragic figure whose tortured soul still wanders, seeking retribution for the unimaginable wrongs done to her. Oiwa was a beautiful young woman married to a man named Aiman, a low-ranking samurai whose ambition was as boundless as his cruelty. Though Oiwa loved him with all her heart, Aiman was cold and resentful, seeking wealth and power, qualities his humble life with Oiwa could not provide. His desires festered, and soon, his gaze turned elsewhere. He met a wealthy merchant's daughter, a woman of beauty and fortune, who promised him the riches and status he so craved. But there was one obstacle standing in his way: Oiwa. His wife, who had faithfully stood by him, was now nothing more than an inconvenience, a reminder of the life he no longer wished to live. Aiman's heart darkened, and he hatched a plan as twisted as his ambition. Rather than leaving Oiwa honorably, Aiman decided to poison her, so he could marry the merchant's daughter without a stain on his reputation. Slowly, he fed her a toxic concoction, designed to weaken her body while distorting her appearance. Oiwa, unaware of the treachery, grew ill. Her once radiant face became swollen and disfigured, her hair began to fall out in clumps, and she became bedridden, unable to comprehend the cruelty that had befallen her. As she withered away, Aiman pretended to care for her, feigning concern for his ailing wife while secretly counting the days until her death. But the poison worked slower than expected, and Oiwa's suffering dragged on. One day, as she looked in the mirror, the full horror of her disfigurement became clear. Her once beautiful face had become monstrous, her eye drooped from its socket, her skin stretched and scarred. In that moment, the truth dawned on her. She knew that Aiman had done this to her. The betrayal, the pain, the overwhelming grief, Oiwa's heart shattered, and her despair transformed into something darker. Oiwa died that very night, but her suffering did not end. Her spirit, filled with rage and sorrow, could not find peace. She returned, not as the loving woman she once was, but as a vengeful Onryo, a spirit consumed by the need to right the wrongs done to her. Aiman, believing himself free from his burdens, swiftly married the merchant's daughter. But on the night of their wedding, the horror began. As Aiman looked at his new bride, he saw Oiwa's twisted, disfigured face staring back at him. Her single eye, bloodshot and bulging, glared at him with all the fury of the grave. Terrified, Aiman struck at the apparition, only to realize he had killed his new wife, her lifeless body now crumpled at his feet. But Oiwa's curse was not satisfied. She appeared to Aiman again and again, her ghostly form creeping from the shadows, her deformed visage filling his every waking moment. Every woman he saw, every face in the crowd, became Oiwa's grotesque countenance. Driven mad by her relentless presence, Aiman fled, seeking sanctuary in the remote wilderness, far from the haunted streets of Edo. But no matter how far he ran, Oiwa followed. In the end, Aiman's life unraveled. His mind, once sharp with ambition, decayed under the weight of his guilt and the ever-present specter of Oiwa. He could no longer distinguish reality from the nightmare he now lived. Oiwa's vengeance had consumed him entirely, leaving him a hollow shell, cursed to forever be tormented by the spirit of the woman he had wronged. But Oiwa's tale does not end with Aiman. Over the centuries, her story has been retold countless times, and with each retelling, the curse seems to grow stronger. It is said that anyone who disrespects the story of Oiwa or disturbs her spirit in any way risks invoking her wrath. Many actors in Japan's kabuki theater have refused to perform her story without first visiting her grave to pay their respects, fearing that Oiwa's curse will reach them, just as it did Aiman. To this day, Oiwa's spirit lingers, a reminder of the terrible consequences of betrayal and cruelty. Her face, twisted and grotesque, haunts those who dare to speak her name. Some say she appears in mirrors, others claim to hear her whispers in the night. But all agree on one thing: Oiwa's vengeance is eternal, and no one is safe from the wrath of a betrayed soul. So, if you ever find yourself alone, staring into the depths of a mirror late at night, be careful. Oiwa's ghost might just be staring back at you, her single, bloodshot eye burning with the fury of the forgotten dead. If you enjoyed this creepy Japanese folklore story and wish to see more, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when we release new videos. See you on my next whisper.